where all the fans can see all of the players. There's a great line of sight to see all of them. In 1995, there was also a double-decker bus, sort of the same kind of transportation. And then in 91, they were using antique Mustangs at that time.
Oh, wow.
And that was crazy. That's where fans were swarming the players. They were jumping on board, and players were trying to escape fans back 30 years ago. So lesson learned.
Which they're preventing that today. That's not going to happen today.
No more vintage Mustangs. Lesson learned by Atlanta all those decades
Although there are quite a few players on their own individual vehicles, and I saw Ronnie Snicker. She's wearing kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's a jacket, but there's little baseball outlines on her jacket today. She is, of course, the wife of manager Brian Snicker. She has been so emotional through this whole thing, as you can imagine, Jeff, because Brian Snicker, he's been with the Braves his entire tenure as a manager, not necessarily with the big league club. He's climbed his way through the farm system. Ronnie Snicker, his wife, literally before they got to Myrtle Beach, she got a call the day they were starting baseball that said, hey, do you know how your husband likes his clubhouse? And she said, no, I have no idea. And all of a sudden, her son Troy, and a couple of other people were getting this clubhouse ready. So moments like that, when they were in the farm leagues, and now to a World Series championship. She deserves this as much as Brian Snicker does. Those two have worked so hard. They've come from the bottom, and now they're all the way at the top. It's really, honestly, remarkable to watch that family. Ronnie's been very excited. I think I saw Max Fried just a little while ago, the winning pitcher for Game 6 in the World Series, the ace that got it done. Finally, we saw shades of what Max Fried was earlier in the year again. He deserves all of the cheers and celebrations today as well, and it looks like the crowds are thinning out where we're looking at, but there's been a really heavy presence of people downtown and here at the Battery too. I think, while we've been talking, I've seen more and more people just piling in here. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be intriguing to see these crowds grow during the course of the afternoon, and certainly they will.
Nobody's at school today, Jeff.
Yeah, but a lot of people are working. So
are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure, I think a lot of people have called. I mean, we're working, but I think there's a lot of people missing from work today.
Yeah, I mean, these crowds are big, but I think you're going to see bigger crowds out here.
At the Battery?
Yeah, I really do. I think that's where you're going to see this great confluence of Braves fans, where they are used to being, and it certainly is conducive to, you got restaurants, you got places to eat, you got fellow fans to sort of hang out, and then you've got a ceremony coming up at Truist Park later in the afternoon. So we are looking at the trolley here. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley, as the old song goes.
I drove, when I was driving in today, float right here where you can see it looks like a bunch of people waving. I can't get a clear shot of what it actually looks like.
We have a hard time from our vantage point of we can make out the figures of these buses, but individual players we have a very hard time seeing. So those of you at home probably have a better view of what we are seeing, so you will see these players before us.